Hello, welcome to the RWB GT2022 EuroLeague. It's the first round of, I believe, 5 races, all European tracks. First round is here at the Nürburgring, and I'm joined today by my co-commentator, Crawford.
Is Crawford the speed man, Brown, Eddie?
Okay.
Oh dear, it's Justin Madley that doesn't have a great time.
That's not the line.
He's certainly pushing it in qualifying.
Yeah.
So we're at the Nürburgring, which is famous for what, Eddie? That's right, the roller coaster.
I thought you were going to say it's famous for being the wrong Nürburgring circuit.
It's famous for being the lesser of the 2 Nürburgrings.
Yes.
Actually, the lesser of 3. I'd put 1960s Nürburgring ahead of this one.
Okay, I don't think that counts, but...
well, in my books it does. Well, okay, how is Madley getting along?
Well, he's just been pipped, actually, by Corollia there, 54.9.
54.9, that's a good time. It's kind of tough to pick the right lines here when it's dark, because you kind of need to know the track inside out when it's dark. But yeah, it's no worse feeling than getting pipped. Getting the words right. I've been pipped many a time, Eddie, haven't I?
Yes.
Yes, as have you.
Okay, you don't need to go into details. Okay, so it's looking pretty close at the top, actually. Only 1.5 tenths in it, and then Curtin actually very close behind Madley.
Yeah, I'm surprised Peter Vargas struggling 1.5 down after
in the Ferrari.
Ferrari, it's not the greatest here, but it can do well.
Yeah, it has a lot.
Let's see if he's got anything in the bag. Yeah, as he improves a huge amount. There you go.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's a good second up from his old time.
Very good there. Who else have we got? Looking at Emil Scherblum here.
Going to the Schumacher races. Zesty looking lines I'm seeing right here. I think this is going to be a good lap.
Yeah.
Lexus, a bit of a handful, but absolutely brilliant at this track.
Yeah, very much so.
Is he going to do the Yeetus McGeetus over the chicane? As the checker flag is out.
Here we go.
Well, who's going to push it?
A bit of a slide there, but he's kept it on the track.
I don't think he lost much time. I'm guessing he's going to improve a fair amount. Looked pretty nice on the limit there and exit there. No, yeah, it does improve by a good amount, and the grid's getting closer and closer.
P6 there for Scherblum.
P6. Yeah, it's disappointing. A 2 tenths could get you all the way up to the second row of the grid.
Yeah, certainly good.
So a few drivers crossing the checkered flag. Still a lot of drivers out there, weren't there?
Who have we got? Corollia here. Crossing the line, does he improve?
Does he improve?
He does not.
No, he doesn't. How's Justin Madley getting on?
Next up we've got Gretschel. Oh, he does improve, I think. P7.
Not bad, not bad.
Miko Sky. Didn't see whether he improved because I didn't switch quite fast enough, but P13.
Oh, that's a stopped car. That's a safety car. That's a red flag. And the session is
That's the end of quali.
Stop the count. I wonder how Olivia Curran snowed.
Oh,
yeah, did he?
Really.
Oh, Eddie, you had one job. Well done. It is Justin Madley. Well done. Excellent lap.
Just over a tenth. 154.8.
Get pipped. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job.
So we got Justin Madley on pole. We got Usama Corollia P2, just over a tenth behind. We've got Olivier Curtin P3, Emo Plate P4, Peter Varga P5, Emil Scherblum P6, Dirk Gretschel P7, Phil Varley. I don't know why I said Peter.
We've got Master Bates in P9.
We've got Harvey Bates P9, and then we've got Daniel Williamson rounding out the top 10. So
from 11 downwards. Back to you, Eddie.
We've got Bashir Carolia, Mad Al, Nico Sky, Bill Jones, Nico Perez, Matt Sjöblom, and Giorgio Minga. So we have got a 1 hour and 20-minute race coming up.
It's a long boy. It's a long boy race, this one.
The only restriction, I believe, is 1 mandatory pit stop. So,
would you change tires, Eddie, if you were racing for 1 hour and 20 minutes?
Well, that is.
Would you split the fuel load?
Well, I would definitely split the fuel load, but do you change tires? That's a good point. That's going to be a big differentiating factor, I think, between those who do switch tires and those who don't.
You think a lot of tanks can go about an hour of fuel, couldn't they? So
yeah,
you're adding on an extra 20 minutes of fuel. That should take 10 to 15 seconds to stop at the pits to do that. But you could run half the fuel, change the tires, and you're taking a 30-second penalty in doing so. But you're making up the pace.
Plus, we've got pretty low temps, so tire wear will be a bit lower.
Yeah, fast times, hopefully.
Interesting variation strategy then, hopefully.
Yeah, I think I'd be tempted if I was to be driving to split the fuel load, try and just go for an aggressive stop midway through the race and see out.
With a tire change?
Yes, but I don't think it would be the fastest. I think the fastest is just going to be a simple fuel as long as you can go. And try and put as little fuel in as possible in the pit stop.
You could be right.
Guess we'll see. 45 seconds to go, and they're going to be passing the roller coaster, which goes to what speed, Eddie? In under 2 seconds?
I believe 100 miles an hour?
Yes. Oh, no. 99.4 miles an hour.
99.4 miles an hour. Okay,
yes, because we're 160 kilometers an hour. Yeah, so you got to get your facts right, because we are in Germany, Eddie, and they're very pernickety about the numbers.
That is true.
That is true. The bloody Germans, man. Have we got any German drivers here?
I don't know.
Well, good luck to any of you Germans out there. Speaking of Germans, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you could be the 1000th subscriber.
That is true. We're on 999 currently.
999. Very tempting. So we're about to go green. Well, not green. What do you call it when the cars roll out?
I don't know. I mean, I was kind of green flag, isn't it?
Well, the green flag's when you're ready to race.
Green flag lap, so.
Yeah.
Short formation.
Short formation, that's what we're going to call it.
Yep. Here they come. Justin Madley on pole.
So, do you rate Madley's chances of keeping it in P1 from the inside in the Porsche with a bad straight line speed?
I do, because it has very good acceleration.
Yeah, good point.
That's what I'm going to say.
Well, there's always drama into turn 1 here. As we cross the line, getting ready to go green.
Go green. Very good start from Madley there. Holds the lead.
Corollia's got the outside. Olivia Curtin's really made a good effort there. Is he going to send it down the inside?
Well, he's holding on to P3, I think, currently.
Oh, I think everyone's navigated turn 1 effectively. That's good going, guys.
No incidents. Oh, bit of an incident further back, it looks like. Oh no, everyone's still going.
Excellent, excellent. These are really tough corners to navigate side by side, so... Oh, Madley seems to be just holding on to P1, but he does have Corollia right down him.
Certainly does. On board with Corollia now.
Yeah, you know how good that McLaren is mid-corner entry, but the Porsche just pushes off the exits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, is he going wide on the gravel already? Getting ready to push the car immediately. Now, a lot of drivers are better in colder tires, and a lot of drivers are more uncomfortable in colder tires, so I guess we get to find out which one is which here.
Still really close to the back of him here. Coming up towards Schumacher S's.
Which is the only corner we know the name of.
I think it's the only corner that anyone knows the name of.
Yeah.
Oh, he's up to the inside.
Oh, I think he's just trying to put him off there. Now, the thing is, I think he's going to force Madley into a mistake here because he's really letting his presence be known. Oh, he slides the rears in the McLaren. Ooh. He had a great run there as well. And he still does. What do you do, Eddie?
I think he's just... Oh, he's just holding back a little bit as
Madley's really hitting the curbs.
It's a lot of curb. Oh,
Curtin is going to send it down the inside.
Side by side. Corollia's going to hang on.
Excellent racecraft there.
Still side by side.
I think Madley has a slipstream and Curtin is falling back slowly. He's got the braking advantage you'd hope into turn 1, so that's why Corollia covers the inside.
Yeah, very good racing there.
I think Curtin fancies a good run around more optimal line here.
It's falling back into line now. Breathing a sigh of relief, I think. I would think. Alright, let's have a look back down the field a bit.
Yeah, Soblom looks to be quite racy, doesn't he? Lex is very good here. Good power. And he has got Varga, who seems to have been struggling.
Remember, keep in mind that it's not a short race, to be fair. Keep in mind that
remember, guys, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly, yes.
Oh, it is a fairly long race, to be fair.
Bill Varley here in a bit of a sandwich.
Oh, go on, Varley. And he's right. Oh my goodness, Varley, that is bold of you. Excellently done. They're still side by side.
Bates
will he be going to? Oh, he's just giving him it.
Oh, bit of a wobble there on the curb. Now he's under pressure.
Well done, Varley.
Williamson behind that Lambo.
No, I haven't driven the Aston here, but I reckon it'd be quite good.
Yeah, it's very well balanced, isn't it, the Aston? It's a good all-rounder.
I think it would be quite yeety over the chicane. You know, you do love a fast chicane, and we've got some position changes. You know, it's just updating.
Still Madley.
So Madley still just ahead.
Plate in 4th place.
So who's your bookie's favourites at this stage of the race, Eddie? Madley looks racy, but Corollia is right up there.
He hasn't pulled away from Corollia, has he?
No.
Corollia looks a little bit to the inside, not quite going to do it.
You have to be quite strong-willed as the lead driver. You have to just focus in your lines and focus in what's ahead of you, know what's behind you.
Don't want to be over.
Yeah, because Corollia is all over his rear end. Got such a good rear end. Sergio Perez does.
So much rear end, they say.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's still pretty bunched together, aren't they?
Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see.
Looking at Peter Varga now in the Ferrari.
I fancy the Ferrari over the course of about an hour and 20 minutes.
Right behind.
I think it's got good tyre wear.
I've just noticed that Varley has dropped way down.
And we appear to have missed that. Oh, Varley looks like he's had a bit of a front end incident there.
With a replay. No, doesn't look like it.
No, that's quite sad. Well, Varley, it's a long race. It's always time to get back in it. Always time to get back in it.
He does have over an hour, to be fair. Yes, that's true.
So how far off the back of the pack is he?
Well, I don't know how to end this replay, but I'm hoping it'll end soon.
I too am hoping it'll end soon, Eddie, because
from what I saw, I think he was about 15 seconds off the back. Yeah, there you go. And he hasn't pitted. So it must have been. He's got a bit of damage, it looks like there.
Yeah, pit window is open, so he is free to go into the pits and change. But if you got to use the fuel, you've got to use the fuel. Sadly.
Yeah.
But you're in a tough position as Corollia is still right up there, and he's got to change things up. Maybe try around the outside instead of dive down the inside.
Oh, he's getting very close. Trying the outside. Not going to hold it around there.
I think he's It's almost impossible to hold it. You have to kind of drop in behind the car behind.
Yeah.
Or behind the car ahead.
Looks like we've got an interesting battle.
We do.
Or not.
Oh,
here we go.
So lots of bunched up cars. Peter Varga is kind of struggling. Oh, we got a slow Lexus. The Lexus of Jones, and Varga wants to go around the outside, but he's got Perez threatening to
there.
Benefit from this.
Connoisseur's choice of car.
Oh, indeed.
Oh, he's getting alongside Varga there. Not quite.
Well done, Varga. The M6, good exit. Incredible exit, but he has the inside for the next left-hander. But it's not one of the Ferrari stronger corners because it really struggles with those bumps and curbs.
He actually pulled slightly ahead there, but the braking just fell behind. Maybe just conceding the corner a little bit.
Now let's see if Varga has the big balls going into the hairpin.
Yeah.
It is an overtaking opportunity, but it's risky, isn't it?
He is right behind Charger.
Oh! He's thought about going around the outside. Is the M6 still holding it together? Crowley is still 2/10 off of Justin Madley. Justin Mad Lad, am I right?
Yes. Yeah, he's just... I wonder how long he chooses to sit behind before maybe making a pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, going for the undercut. Because he's still right behind him.
Well, you've got to use the fuel, Eddie. Sadly, you've got to use the fuel.
Yeah.
You can't box until you know you're going to be able to finish the race. Gap grows to 3/10 over the line. Curtin is still kind of hanging in there. Maybe he's just preserving his tires a little bit, letting the battle ahead play out.
Could well be. Meanwhile, back to the Lexus battle. Looks like Charger's actually pulled ahead slightly. Although Nico Perez under big pressure now. Oh, Williamson's he looking down the inside? Not quite. He had a quick look.
Oh, he's threatening.
But didn't quite get the overlap.
Now, Eddie, as a true car connoisseur, we do have soft spots for interesting selections of the cars, don't we?
Definitely.
So,
the M6 definitely qualifies as well.
Yeah, I think we're backing Perez here, as your totally impartial commentators.
Yes.
Go on, Perez.
You gotta give the older cars some love occasionally.
Yeah. An older car I thought would be good here, the old 911, but haven't actually got around to trying it here.
The old 911 is a favourite of ours.
Yeah.
It's not a very good car, to be honest, but it does have certain traits, acceleration being one of them. Williamson,
Lambo gets a good exit.
Yeah.
Not the best track, is it?
Oh, that's a spin.
Oh, we got Varga spinning off. Oh dear, that's a Ferrari trait for you. When you touch those curbs in the Ferrari, especially in higher fuel loads, that can happen. And he's really lost out there. He's got us back to P13. He shouldn't have fell too far down the grid.
No, I think he should be able to recover from there, I think.
Yeah, but it's just extra wear in your tires, so isn't it? Hopefully he's not damaged. And we got Madley. Bloody hell,
he's lost first place.
Fair play, Carolia, doing an Alexander Albon and going onto the grass like an absolute Chad.
Have a quick look at that again.
Yeah, you kind of had the feeling that Madley would kind of make an error.
It's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's very difficult to not make an error when you're under pressure. It takes a lot of experience to be able to handle that kind of thing. Now, I'm just hoping Madley doesn't run away with it now that he's ahead. Even though it's quite clear he had the pace advantage.
Yes.
Oh, Corellia, sorry, yeah.
Oh, that's a...
Oh, Madley. Oh, Olivier Curtin is going to...
Pressure from Curtin now, down the inside. Does he get it done?
Oh, he closes the curtain on Madley.
That was a good one. I think Madley just needs to just keep it calm, I think, now.
Yeah, he's got the pace.
Yeah, he does have the pace, so just needs to focus, keep his eyes forward, and yeah, he can get back into P2 maybe if he tries.
Because you know how easy it is to overdrive, especially in fickle cars like the Porsche. One mistake can often lead to another, and then you're trying to push for that extra time, and it just does not go your way. You have to drive with the fingertips and be delicate, sure with it.
Well, sadly, Perez has dropped down a little bit, I think, from the last time we saw him. Under pressure from Maldau now in the Bentley. Going through these corners that I don't know the name of.
I think that's a Valvoline curve, Eddie. God, you uncultured swine.
I apologise. Big old brute, the Bentley. Unfortunately, been on the wrong end of some bop.
Yeah.
Some bad bop recently.
The Bentley once totally and utterly dominant here. Sadly, no longer.
Yep. Its reign has come to an end.
Yeah. I hope it gets some love in the next few updates. As do I hope for the Lambo, because it's a strong car, but only at very specific tracks. And Williamson's going to send it down the inside. Does Jones hang around the outside? Yes, he does.
He's still there.
Oh, I was worried about contact there. That was absolutely brilliant. Jones got to send it down the inside and take control of this corner. He's got to go for the outside and get the better exit here.
Whoa.
It's difficult when you have to leave space for the others. This is excellent driving.
Absolutely neck and neck.
Yeah, well, Jones has the advantage in the inside corner. Williamson looks strong in the brakes. A bit of contact.
Just a little bit of a nudge there, but he's run wide.
And the mid-engine cars get a great push out of the corner.
Can't believe it.
This is the zest you want to be the 1,000th subscriber of.
And there he is. Gets it done, but he's gone deep. He's gone in the gravel.
God. Well done, Jones, for not cracking under the pressure there. Just making sure you pick your lines right.
Brilliant bit of racing. And that
was absolutely brilliant.
Bringing the M6 of Perez back into the play as well.
Still going, isn't it? Got Mad Alf, only 5/10 off of Perez as well.
A little bit deep there.
He's still kind of on the defensive mind, isn't he, Jones?
I think so.
At this point, I think as soon as you got ahead of them, you can be pretty confident that you can't get the move done here. So I would just drive your lines here for the most part.
Yeah, I think he knows he's got the pace to get ahead. He's just got to, you know, not rush into it too much.
A lot stronger through chicane than I would have thought, the Lambo there. Because you think it is one of the Lexus strong points. He's got the slipstream going into turn 1. He's going to send it down the inside, right back again.
He's looking.
He's opted for the outside. That's very curious.
Takes a very late entry.
Going to get a push off the corner. Taking it wide, he's certainly letting his presence be known.
Yeah.
And I think that's half of the power here. You just want to make sure that the driver ahead knows that you're there.
Yeah, definitely. You have to force them into a mistake, I think. There's not many opportunities for an overtake. He's back alongside, around the outside. Can he do it? A bit more contact there, I think.
This is an absolutely insane battle. I'm very happy for you.
Very getting spicy behind as well.
Oh,
I think Mad just possibly a bit of rubbing there between those two. Couldn't quite tell. Anyway, back at the front. Looks as though Caroli is pulling away. Although Curtin actually has the purple lap, interestingly.
Well done to Curtin. Obviously has the pace in the car.
1.3 seconds between them.
And it's going down, isn't it? Curtin's in the groove here.
See when he crosses the line. Stay the same there, but...
Roughly the same.
Yeah.
So last lap, 55.3. It's a strong lap from Corollia there.
4 still pretty close together.
I have just got to commend the driving between Williamson and Jones. It was absolutely brilliant. There was a bit of contact, but that's always inevitable here.
And he's back with him as well, as you say.
Yeah. He's got to go for the inside, I think. It's very easy to cover off.
Back around the outside.
He's very strong under the brakes, isn't he?
Could he sweep around the outside?
Oh, that's brilliant.
Fantastic move there. Gets it done.
I back Jones to
have a go back at him.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know, we'll see.
It's like I said, if Jones just makes his presence known, it's just one mistake away from being back ahead.
I've seen.
Now Curtin's caught up.
He has, and also Varley is pitted.
Varley has pitted.
I'm assuming he had damage, and that's why he's come in to fix it so early on, but could be wrong.
Oh, Varley's a quick driver. I back him to at least get back into this race.
Yeah.
In a pretty cool looking Aston Martin, I've got to say.
Yeah, definitely. Nice orange and blue.
Definitely making me want an Iron Brew as a Scotsman.
So I think I'm not sure. It's saying +1 lap, but that could be because he's more than a sector behind. I'm not sure, but the gap will always be big on it. He's the only one that's pitted. Have to see how that plays out towards the end, because he'll no doubt have good pace.
Yeah, well, he'll have good pace, and he's got a clean track as well. I think that's important. Curtin is closing it in, isn't he?
Yeah, 7/10, down 1.3 seconds. He's flying.
Yeah, Porsche very good in his rear tires, not so good in the front tires because all the weight is over the rear, really. McLaren, if you get some slides going, then your tires can deteriorate very quickly. So I'm guessing Curtin has the advantage this part of the race. You know, fuel loads do change things as well. Sometimes a car certainly suits a certain amount of fuel.
Yeah. Seen that. I think the McLaren in particular as well, that can be one that doesn't particularly like full fuel load.
Yeah, very much a handful of fuel.
Porsche as well, having the fuel tank right at the front.
Yeah, it changes the balance
for your weight.
No. You've got to set up the car for somewhere in the middle of that fuel tank, because if you're taking all the weight off the front on low fuel, then it can result in a really understeery car at full fuel.
Bit of a battle brewing here, perhaps. Mats Sjöblom and Giorgio Minga. McLaren versus Bentley.
I'd fancy Mats to give us some zest.
I would love some zest.
Curtin has dropped back a few tenths again.
Off the track a little bit there. Yeah, Curtin has dropped back, hasn't he?
Yeah, and Justin Madley is slowly dropping as well. Hopefully he can sort his stuff out. Alright, to a man who's not been mentioned today once, Emo Plate. Is it Emo or Emil?
MO plate, yes.
Emo Plate, yes, apologies. Yeah, it's a very quiet race.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're not in the strongest car.
Yeah.
I mean, especially around here. Quietly doing his own thing. Gonna be racking up the points so he brings it home.
Yeah, definitely. And well, obviously because there's only one race, we can't do it this time, but next round will be a reverse grid based on the championship positions, I'm told.
You are told. This has always been something RWB have wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a part of a reverse grid.
Yeah.
It would be amazing, I think. Track temps creeping up.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think a reverse grid really spices things up because, you know, normally you got the fastest drivers at the front, they're just going to walk away usually.
Yeah.
But when you have them at the back, they've got, you know, there's a lot more potential for spicy battles, basically.
Do you know the history behind pole position, Eddie? Why is it called pole position?
I do not know, no.
Well, you uncultured one. Well, goes back to the horse racing days as Curtin is catching up slowly again. Curtin has the pace in the car, but he's obviously struggling when he closes up.
Yeah.
So back in the horse racing days, you know, when you used to race animals instead of, you know, two-ton machines. How boring.
Some would call them animals.
Yeah, I guess. But horses, far more unreliable than cars. I don't know, maybe they're more reliable. They're certainly more fuel efficient than cars. Because you do not have to put unleaded petrol into a horse.
Only one horsepower though.
Yeah, yeah, you're always, sadly, the power is always, you're always bopped to one horsepower.
Do you have ballast on horses?
It depends how overweight they are, I guess.
Hmm. Anyway.
Anyway, enough of this equine talk. Do you know why it's called pole position, Eddie?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
Well, it goes back to the horse race. Sorry, right. The fastest horse would start on the inside line, which was by a pole, which is why you call it pole position. And so in racing, very much like horse racing, the pole sitter would start on the inside line. As Williamson is coming up to the back of Sky.
Yeah, he's making his way through the field.
Williamson, good pace in the Lambo, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's all over the back of...
It's absolutely dropped Jones, like a stone.
Sorry, not Bashik earlier. Nico Sky.
Well, Williamson, I think he's just going to do the same tactic again, let his presence be known and wait for the opportunity to strike. Or if he was anything like me, it would be send it into the hairpin and die.
And take them with you.
Yes, that is my favorite choice of racing tactic. Gretschel is also catching up to Schoblon. And Mad Owl is still in the back of Jones, actually. So Jones is not having a great time. Mad Owl also got ahead of Nico Perez, which we unfortunately didn't see. No. Yes, Perez was ahead of Mad Owl.
He's dropped back a lot, actually.
And he's dropped back, yeah, so he must have had a spin. It's a shame that Varga in the Ferrari has opted to have a self-mechanical DNF, because I thought he had a chance. Yeah.
He's out of the race, isn't he?
Yeah. Don't like to see it. So.
No.
Yep. Shame on you, Varga.
I didn't mean like shame on him.
Well, I meant shame on him.
Right. I was just saying like it's a shame.
Yeah, I know it's a shame for you, Eddie, but I meant shame on him. Varga, get your act together.
Right.
You had the chance. Anyway.
So, Gretschel, I've been informed actually that we do have a German on the grid, and we're looking at him now.
Gretschel, Dirk Gretschel is a German. So it's his home race. And he's not doing bad, is he?
Yeah, P6.
Closing in on the Lexus.
In the Aston Martin.
But a very clean race so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean,
all very well maneuvered.
I don't know if any of those were
contact related.
Contact, yeah, might have been.
Don't think
we saw weren't. At least.
Yeah, I was very surprised. Yeah, the whole opening lap was just very excellently maneuvered from all of the drivers. And it's a very, very tough track to navigate, especially in the opening laps. It's always a track that will throw up some mistakes.
Still pretty close here between Sjöblom and Mingo.
Yeah, I mean, Curtin still holding on to the back of Corollia.
Yeah, I mean, he's not... He was under a second before, wasn't it? No, it's no, it's over a second.
But he's hovering at the second mark. Yeah, see? But I think if as long as you're in... As long as you're within 2 or 3 seconds, I think you've got a chance of getting them in the pits.
Yeah, I mean, the pit stop does bring a different element, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of... It's very easy to lose 3-4 seconds in your pit stop by... just from the very picky ACC mechanics who refuse to service your car if it's 2 millimeters to the left.
The jackman physically moves your car if you are 2 millimeters off.
He just berates you for 3 seconds, and then
he's like, bro, I can't jack you over here. Can't jack you up. I mean, up.
Good save. So yeah, still 9 tenths, just 9 tenths in it between the leaders. Curtin still with a purple lap, although I imagine that would have been earlier on in the race.
Yeah, Mad Owl still doing a very good job. Jones is picking up the pace to Sky. So Mad Owl lost the position again.
Did he?
Not ahead of Jones at one point?
I don't think so.
Maybe that's my mistake then.
It's hard to keep track of things.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it? Look out for this. So what do you think Curtin's game plan is here, Eddie? You want to win the race, right?
Well, he might be tyre saving possibly. Maybe he's thinking he doesn't want to change tyres, or maybe he is pushing and that's as close as you can get. I don't know. Dirty air maybe could be playing a part.
I think dirty air could be playing a key role here.
Yeah. He's sat. Oh, he's closed up a lot in that last
Yeah, he
time.
has.
Right?
Just got to see if we can keep with him.
Yeah, I mean he's just got to stick as close as he can behind him basically until the pit stop. Although if he is being affected by dirty air, he probably wants to pit sooner rather than later.
Or does he want to wait for Carulia to pit so he can just push on? Maybe he's fueled for very long.
Could be. Porsche not one for going particularly long on its fuel, but
that is true.
Who knows?
McLaren's not bad either, but the fuel tank does vary quite a bit, track to track, bop to bop, I believe.
Now here, closing up
representing the
back of Charger.
He's got very good lines in there, Madal.
Yeah, Charger's taking a little bit of curb.
I think Madal would like to pull into the slipstream a bit more. He's definitely not got the straight line advantage, does he?
No, he's going to struggle, I think, to overtake.
Yeah.
Given his straight line deficiency.
It's a very difficult braking zone into turn 1. Dips downhill just the last second as well. Really doesn't help. The pressure's all in the front of the car. Quite easy to outbrake yourself, isn't it?
Yeah, easy to lock a front tyre.
Yeah, bumpy, you got to put the steering lock on. Very technical track here. Madal's doing a good job of staying behind though.
Curtin only half a second behind.
Yes. And Gretschel only 9/10 off of Soblom. So Gretschel's another driver.
Off.
Oh, dearie me. Is the pressure getting to you?
Manages to hold it.
Excellently maneuvered back onto the track without losing too much time or the position, but he might yet still lose the position here. Porsche is very good in the tow eddy.
Yeah. He's not really gaining.
No. McLaren's good in the brakes as well. So I don't think he's got an advantage there.
I think that would be, for Curtin, that would be a nice boost to his attacking confidence. Yeah. Bit of a slip up from Crowley, but it's very easy to do at that chicane.
Incredibly easy to do. Madal is only 1/10 off of Jones.
Yeah. Still
seems like he's fallen back a bit. Curtin is still sticking to the. Yeah, I think he's struggling to follow. I really do.
Yeah, gets too close and then dirty air kicks in. Who else have we got? Williamson. He is back on the charge on another, all over the back of another car now. Carolia.
It's a huge gap of clean air ahead of these two cars. So Williamson would really like to get ahead and just power on.
I'm not sure where he qualied, but I'm assuming he qualied low. Oh, that's an off. As we were saying.
Easy to do.
Too much speed into that corner, I'm guessing, and loses the position.
Oh, well done, Williamson, for not putting a foot wrong. Making up positions one by one.
Up into P7. Big gap now to Gretschel, though. But anything can happen. 49 minutes to go.
Anything can happen. It's very, like we've said over and over again, very, very easy to have a spin. You know, Schumacher S is incredibly hard to navigate sometimes, at the best of times. And that chicane, incredibly sketchy.
He's actually set his best lap of the race, the last lap.
While doing an overtake. Excellent. You'd love to see it.
Not sure how he's managed to do that, given we're like 25 minutes in. No, not 25 minutes in. How far are we?
Well, it's been
over half an hour.
Yeah, over half an hour, 32 minutes.
It's impressive to set your quickest lap on half an hour old tyres.
Yes, it's also interesting that only one driver has pitted this so far.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're going
Yeah.
in sort of the midpoint of the race. just as close as it was before between the two leaders.
Well, you'd think if a driver was to split the fuel load and go for new tyres, the 45-minute mark would be roughly when they'd want to do that. But I don't see that strategy being chosen today.
So you think they were going to not change tyres?
I think they are going to opt to not change tyres here, unless they have a big spin or really require it. I would like to see the tyre change.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you lose 30 seconds, but
yes,
the pace advantage outweigh that?
Yeah, adding 40 litres of fuel though, I mean, that does take over 20 seconds surely, so you are losing time, but...
20 seconds?
I'd say so for about 40 litres, yeah.
I think a full tank is like 25 seconds.
Is it? Well, yeah, my ACC knowledge really let me down here.
I would say it's probably about a 20-second difference changing tyres. 25 seconds.
20 seconds. Fair enough.
Quite a big chunk of time, but
so you'd need to be lapping 5-6 tenths a lap more probably to make up that time
as well.
Yeah, it's always a fun part of the race. You have to navigate blue flags.
Bentley, they're not making it that easy for him.
No, he's not. I think he'll just concede it in the braking zone. But can Curtin follow through without any issues? Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't seem to have affected it that much, actually. Gap is about the same. Another blue flag in front of him. Just got to keep calm and pick them off one by one.
It's my favourite part of the race, where you've got drivers who are clearly, their mind is elsewhere. They're thinking about the pit stop. They're thinking about the state of their tyres. You're looking at your tyre pressures. This is the part of the race where anything can happen. For me, I'd say this is like where a lot of drivers will switch off.
Yeah. It's it is one of the most important parts of the race. Oh, looks like Curtin getting a little bit held up there.
Yeah, he won't be too happy about that one, will he?
Dropped him to about a second gap though, I think.
Very strong pace from these two drivers, isn't it?
Yeah, they've pulled.
Very impressive.
So 6 seconds to Madley now, the original leader.
Yeah, 6 seconds. It still doesn't count you out the race. Doesn't count you out the race.
Definitely not. I mean, anything can go wrong. Pit stop, you can have a spin. You could easily lose 6 seconds. And it looks as though plate is actually closing up to Madley, if I'm not mistaken.
Obviously having some good tyre wear in his Nissan. Very cumbersome car at times.
Gretchen as well now, very close to the back of Emil Sjöblom. Don't know whether that was an incident or he's just caught him.
I would have expected a touch more pace from Sjöblom. I think the Lexus is very, very strong here.
Well,
but yeah, setup does matter.
From the constructors, right?
Yeah.
Lexus at Nürburgring.
It's very strong, even in the wet, where the Lexus is now known to be not very good at all, where it was once dominant in the wet.
It used to be the car.
Yes. Sadly, it got bopped. The old bop hammer hit the Lexus.
Yeah, hit it hard.
I'm hoping the Lexus stays competitive as the new cars are updated, though. You always want to see a more varied grid.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd like to see a new GT3 car from Toyota at some point.
Toyota?
Well, they own Lexus, don't they?
Yes, I am desperate to see the 296 GT3.
Yeah,
Ferrari.
I mean, that's been confirmed, isn't it?
It looks mean as hell. Yes.
Yeah.
And
and the as well.
Yes, yeah.
That will definitely be a
worryingly quick.
I'm just seeing plate. He's gained a second on Madley.
Oh, well done. Madley really struggling at this point in the race. Yeah, he's lost a second to Curtin that lap as well.
I'm guessing that was some kind of error. On board with plate now, coming into the GT chicane.
which is infinitely better than the GP chicane maybe we had.
Well, debatable.
Thoughts? What? How dare you? I'm going to send you that.
I just don't get along with that chicane. Don't know what it is.
You can take the roller coaster ready.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Gretschel really closed up in trouble now.
Very close to Sherblem.
Oh, it's such a key exit. He's right up against the cutting, isn't he?
No, it looks like he's lost out slightly.
Yeah, he's lost out. You see, when you grab too much of that curve, the car just oversteers and you just don't get a good exit.
Yeah, pulled away actually on the straight, it looks like. It looks like he's got a good pace.
Yeah, who do you fancy in this battle, Eddie?
Well, it seems like Gretschel's cruised up to the back of him, doesn't it? But that could be a bit wide there, it looks like. Maybe just taking a late entry.
In my personal opinion, I think the Lexus is one of the best cars to defend in.
Why would you say that?
Because it's got amazing straight line speed. It's a naturally aspirated car.
Good throttle response.
Yeah, so it throttles out the corners very well, and the brakes are not too bad, but Gretschel's going to be fancy his chances.
Front tyres, it's a bit of a tyre eater actually, the Lexus, I have to say.
Yes, it
is. Could be what's happening here.
Yeah, I'd say the Lexus is good for 45 minutes, but sadly we're just beyond that.
Oh, a little bit of understeer there again. Schumacher S. Does he look for a move?
Gretschel follow.
Not quite.
No, it's not really an overtaking opportunity as much as you would like to seize the chance into this next straight.
It lulls you into sending it down the inside, but it's not a good idea.
Yes, it's almost always ends in tears. Only for the bravest of drivers. No, but I think he'd like to make up for that mistake last lap. Just get a good exit off the final corner.
Yeah.
And he's got a good exit, but see, just like I said, Eddie, the Lexus pulls away, doesn't it?
That is my main problem with the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Just low power, low down. Don't know what it is. Yeah. Gap is about the same as it was last lap, it looks like, coming into T1.
Yeah, the Aston Martin is a very good aero car, I'd say. Like, very good in the medium high speeds. Incredibly stable, but very, very low P out of the slow corners, isn't it?
Unlike this car.
Completely the opposite.
Couldn't be more different.
Well, the engine's in the wrong place to start off with.
Well, yes, there is that. Looking pretty racy still. Only 7 tenths between them.
I think it's closer than 7 tenths.
Yeah, it could well be. We'll see when they cross the timing line.
Pushing onto the gravel and exit there. He's really pushing it hard, isn't he?
Yeah.
Still no choice of pit takers this far.
No, just Varley out on his own.
If I was Curtin at this point in the race, I'd be wanting to go for the undercut.
As you say that, Miko Sky comes into the pits.
Interesting, we've got a Merc.
So the first of the scheduled stops, I suppose. Although Varley's does count as a stop. Where you'd normally expect a pit stop to happen.
Yeah, has Varley managed to close up the pack a bit more?
I don't really know. Oh, he's actually...
Oh, he's getting racy with...
trying to unlap himself, it looks like here. Charger. Side by side, he's not giving him the place, is he?
No, it's a blue flagged car. You do have every right to try and unlap yourself if you have better pace, but at what point do you have to concede the position if Charger's right up the back of him?
Not for
position. It's a tough position to be in, but you just have to be confident in your own pace and focus on what's ahead of you again.
So that tells me that he is making good progress on lapping himself. So yeah, we'll have to see how it shakes out after everyone's stopped. Williamson comes into the pits as well in the Lambo.
Got lots of clean air. Let's hope he's gapped the cars behind him. Gretchel's still right in the back of Joblum.
Is as well. 2 battles to look at.
Battle for the lead has been going on all race. This is like really impressive stuff.
Yeah. It's between half a second and a second. It's just been there or thereabouts, hasn't he?
Yeah, but Curtin with the purple lap, and the issue is with following. He needs to pit.
Yeah, it does seem that way.
Yeah, he needs to take this race into his own hands. Justin Madley's clearly struggling as well.
Oh, and there we go. Corellia dives for the pits.
So here's a good chance to check out Olivia Curtin's last lap, 56.275. Good to monitor his pace as he goes forward from here in clean air.
Needs to get the hammer down.
Last lap, 56.43. Yeah, just needs to push on, make sure he's no mistakes, because the overcut is very effective here.
Yeah.
In ACC.
And luckily for him, he's just cleared Williamson there coming out of the pits.
Yeah, brilliantly.
So that won't slow him down.
Williamson, yeah, had some pace, so very good for him.
Pits as well. Have to see where that puts him.
Where that pits him.
Yep.
As Charger drops down, he's off.
He is off. Oh, a bit of a train.
ERS train?
The lapped cars, it looks like in front. Sjöblom and Minga. Still yet to pit. Corellia still hasn't left the pit lane. Oh, a bit of a mistake there, possibly from Sjöblom. Will Gretschel take advantage of it? Let's see.
Excellent from Gretschel. To get past the back marker.
They're actually having their own battle. 2 sets of cars. You can see Sjöblom battling with the Bentley up ahead. This could play into his hands depending on how Gretschel gets past him.
I would like to see where Corellia has come out on track and see if he's got any traffic. He seems to be...
Sorry, there we go. He's got all the clean air you can ask for.
That is absolutely what he wanted, but yeah, these laps are very important for him.
Yeah, especially if he's changed tyres.
It felt like a long pit stop, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I think he did change tyres, personally.
You think he did? Yeah, I thought he was sat there for a long while while Charger came in as well and got out before him.
I have to see what his lap times look like.
So, you got an update in Curtin's last lap time?
Curtin's last lap time, 55.9.
And he's got the BMW ahead of him, 55.9, so he's pulled 4 tenths in the clean air.
Pretty quick time.
Yes, I think it's going to be incredibly close between these two when they pit. If they both go for the same strategy, that is.
So these are 2 cars that have pitted, Jones and Sky. And they've got Sjöblom in front, who hasn't pitted, or they has just let the Merc through. So
yeah, it's very good for them because you're caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah,
because you come out behind drivers.
It is for position, but not really in the same race as them. Curtin's cleared Perez in the M6. Plate still, he's only 1.1 seconds behind Madley. Oh, that's a bit of a wobble there.
He's pushing it clearly, isn't he?
Yeah, that might cost him.
Still not ready to pit though, is he? Might get an update in his lap time this lap. 57.022, that's very poor, yeah.
So he's lost about a second there.
He will be kicking himself for that because that could have cost him the race.
Carolia.
Yeah, it's just finished his out lap, so guess we'll see his pace in a few minutes' time.
Yep.
A plate is closing up to Madley. Slowly but surely.
Down to a second. I wonder if the Nissan is good on tyres.
Wonder if, yeah. I do not actually know. Haven't driven it for a long stint.
No, I've never really driven it properly. Should they?
Not that bad of a car, but it's just not that competitive at the same time, sadly.
Yeah. I mean, in the constructors, I believe it's Plate and... Is it Jack Alexander as well?
Yes, Jack Alexander.
They've both been getting really good pace out of it, so...
Well, they're both very good drivers.
Yeah, it's hard to tell, really.
Yeah.
The true performance of the car.
Now, the good thing about ACC is that if you do have a car that suits your style, and you do bond with the car, and you do learn it inside out, then you can be competitive in any car. But some cars just do have inherently more pace than others, especially at certain tracks where the bob's favourable.
Yeah.
And the Nissan, sadly, is not one that I can think of that has like excellent pace at any specific track.
Yeah, I'm not really familiar enough to say, but yeah, that's what I thought as well. So it looks like Williamson has just got past Perez to update you. So another overtake, although Perez has yet to pit, so still good to have cleared him. Where's Carolia? What times has he done?
Oh, he's got traffic.
5.7.
Oh, that's excellent pace. He's definitely got new tyres on, I think.
That would.
Considering he was doing the 56s before and he's just fueled up, so you.
That would check out.
Yeah, because usually when you go for a pit stop, you let your tyres cool down. Sometimes they go through like a graining stage, and it's awful when you're on already worn tyres and you're just adding fuel to the mix.
Oh, that's looks like charger off.
Oh dear, charger.
Not sure what was going on there, but he was definitely off and slowing down. Well, P13, he has pitted. Not really sure. Don't know what that was about, but hopefully he's okay.
Oh. In sim racing, we don't have mechanical DNFs, but we do have hardware DNFs.
Yeah.
And issues.
Software
and
DNF.
Yeah. Or a pedal DNF newly, as
Yes.
you've experienced, Eddie.
Yeah.
So maybe it could be something like that.
Coming up to a corner, pressing the brake pedal, and then realizing that the throttle is stuck at 100%.
Really isn't confidence inspiring, is it?
It's not ideal, no.
No. It's not. It's what you would call an F1 as suboptimal.
Yeah. Yeah. So Plate. Oh, he's actually lost a bit of time there. 1.28 seconds. Still there, thereabouts though.
Again, when you're hovering at this kind of gap, as personally from my experience, you'd want to be the person making the next move. However, we are yet to see the power of the overcut.
Yeah. We're waiting. Ming is in the pits. We're waiting to see Curtin pit, really. It'll be good to see when Madley or Plate pits as well. See what their kind of strategy is.
Yeah. Because I think at this point, when you're going this deep into the race, getting new tyres is diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Half an hour is not long enough to really lean on new tyres. However, if you are going for an aggressive strategy, 30 minutes of fuel and fresh tyres could be really quick.
Yeah. You do have to be aggressive though. Got to get that pace.
Yeah. Quite a tough race time, an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's a long one. Quite a long time to stay focused.
Yeah, I've come out of 45-minute races feeling dead.
Yeah. It just depends on, because if you're battling people the whole time, then that's really draining. But if you're just sailing along with no one near you, then it's not.
It's not car of Perez.
Stopped car.
Yes, on the chicane.
Ah, you are correct.
It's not good for him. Not good for the old M6, sadly.
Let's have a quick look at that. So it looks.
Oh, I
more so far.
love some action replays. BMW M6, a very good looking car in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a
Take
big.
too much the inside curb.
That's a weird one.
Very unfortunate, that one.
Don't think I've ever seen that before.
I spun it well with good control, and he's kept the clutch in, kept it going. So good car control right there.
Rejoining the race. Didn't really look like it was his fault, to be honest. Just weird curb behaviour.
Sometimes that does just happen.
Yeah, bit of a shame there. Gretschel 1 second behind, so he's dropped back a little bit from Sjöblom. Maybe if they do pit for new tyres, we'll see something different.
Justin Madley is actually just starting to eke up on Olivier Curtin, so I would guess that Curtin's times are starting to decline. 56.032. Without pitting, it's a very strong pace. 56.1 from Curtin, not bad.
Yeah, very good.
Curtin does have a very strong purple lap though, at 55.2.
Yeah, that is very, very strong. I doubt we'll see that. Although we could, if we see tyre changes, we might see that beaten.
Would it be gimmicky to add an extra point for fastest lap of the race? Which racing series would ever do that?
I know, right? I think it would have to be more than 1 point, given how the point system works. But yeah.
Yeah.
You might see some pitting for fastest laps, I don't know. No,
I quite like the idea.
Because of pit stop. Ignore what I just said.
Might give a driver a bit more incentive to like really, push the limits. And Gretschel is in.
Yeah, Gretschel is in the pits. Yeah.
We're still waiting to see how things play out.
Last lap was a 56.0, so pretty good pace.
Now, the pit window is open for another 21 minutes. However, I do not believe cars have the ability to or not many cars will have the ability to drive for over 65 minutes in one tank of fuel. So I am expecting the next pits to come.
Unless you're driving a certain 12-cylindered car.
Oh, yes.
Which I believe can go for about an hour and a half.
Only because it can fit an absolute shitload of fuel.
All the oil that the world has to offer can fit in his petrol tank.
I wonder how much it costs to fill up the V12 Vantage.
Yeah, I don't even want to know, to be honest. I've seen the at Silverstone they have the race fuel. I don't know if you've seen that.
Like 100 RON.
Station. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like £4 a litre or something.
Yes, it's absolutely mental. They fill the Porsches up there. We are hitting a bit of a lull in the race, but Plate is still keeping up with Madley, isn't he?
Yeah, he's staying at exactly the same gap.
Yeah, but it's good pace, 56.3s. I mean, that's really impressive for a Nissan.
Yeah. He's just got to keep Madley in sight, I think. Just don't lose focus. And who knows, he could make an error.
Curtin does have.
Stay with him.
Yeah. Curtin has a lot of clean air ahead of him, but so does Carolia. Both on different strategies. I'm actually really interested to see how this plays out.
Come on, just pit.
Yeah, go on.
I want to see it happen.
Go on, boys. Been an hour. Surely you're thinking of pitting.
Does he dive for the pits? No, he doesn't.
So I think Curtin is clearly just going for use every last ounce of fuel, and then just fill up the smallest amount. He is 100% not changing tires.
All right, okay. I'll hold you to that.
I'll be very bold of him to try it. I don't know. Maybe if he had some points for fastest lap of the race, he'd. Oh no, wait, he's already fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, he's got.
Excellent.
That ship sailed.
Ship has sailed. Let's charge again along.
Well, I thought he was 6/10 behind, but the leaderboard lied to me.
Yes, well, Matt Sjöblom is second behind Jones, but he hasn't pitted yet. That can't be good for his race.
Yeah.
He's struggling behind, isn't he?
A little bit, yeah. Looks like it.
Curtin's picking up the pace again because Madley keeps him picking up the pace slightly and then dropping a second out of nowhere. Down to 9 seconds to gap.
Oh, exciting update. Plate's gained like 1/10. He's a little bit
incredible. Plate's consistency has been disgusting.
Stellar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his last lap was a 56.3 and his last lap again was a 56.3. So, but we know Plate is a very good driver.
Yeah. Super consistent. Rarely makes a mistake.
Yeah. I hate driving against those kind of drivers. Yes, I would rather drive against an alien who liked to crash every 2 laps.
Well, yeah, I mean,
rather than a semi-alien who is just disgustingly consistent.
.1, so it's just the gap is just ebbing and flowing a little bit.
Yeah, it really is. But I got a few cars left to pit now, and I've got to think surely it's happening in the next 2 laps.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up to the hour mark.
Yes, could some cars get to 70 minutes in one fuel?
I would say so. I mean, I think the Nürburgring is quite a low fuel usage track, from what I remember.
Yeah, you might be right.
So yeah, we'll see. I mean, I know the Porsche definitely can't go much more than an hour. So we should see Curtin and Madley coming in pretty soon.
I said Nissan's been able to go this long as well. I thought the Nissan would be quite a thirsty boy here.
Yeah. Maybe he has a huge tank, I don't know.
He's got to give it to Plate though. He is matching the pace of Curtin right now. 56.3s.
Yeah, very impressive.
Obviously, can't emphasize enough. Like 56s on absolutely shagged tires is a very good pace. Yeah.
Really, really good. I know I wasn't doing that in the 12 hours, I don't think. End of a stint, it was pretty bad.
Yes, I was not able to partake in that one, sadly.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed it.
The Lexus was a good...
good car for 3 laps.
Safe pair of hands. Apart from at the chicane, where I wanted to die every lap.
Yes, there was some incredible car control action from you at certain points during that race.
There was some drifting.
Some drifting was to be had.
The steering wheel was shook from side to side very rapidly. I'll say that.
Yes. Well, doesn't help that you drive exactly like Fernando Alonso and you like to oversteer and understeer at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. if anyone wants
if Mr. Smooth Brain was there.
If anyone wants to see an example of what we've just said, look up Ferrari. Is it Ferrari F14T? Yeah,
F14T. Yes, from Fernando Alonso. It's Silverstone especially.
Yeah, it's quite the handful to drive. It looks like, but as
quite the shitbox.
Understeery and oversteery
at the same time.
Only
it's
Ferrari.
Absolutely glorious.
That technique.
Ferrari, of course, went for a pull rod suspension that year, and yes, and that was the last time. No, I believe it was 2014 because it didn't work out for them.
Yeah. Interesting.
I will just double check. But yeah, Fernando Alonso, one of our favorite drivers at least.
Yeah. I mean, the 2012 was that was the car where he dragged it into championship contention, wasn't it? Yes,
just unbelievably so. Yes, I'm looking at the Ferrari F14T. It was a pull rod suspension on the front end. But a lot of teams in F1 this year went to pull rod at the front end, and it seems to be working out.
The current Red Bull
just fine. Yeah. Interesting that Mercedes chose to stick with what they knew. I was very worried at the start of this F1 season. Especially when it rolled out as side pods. Yeah. I just don't know how they've messed up the aero so bad, because when they pulled up to testing, I was thinking, oh my god, they're going to be a second faster down the straights alone.
Yeah, I mean, straights are particularly where they're lacking as well.
Yes, which is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. Weird one.
Yeah. I think they've struggled to adapt to the new fuel. They're not pulling as much power, yeah.
Yeah, well, I suppose...
I think they're expecting more power.
Have kind of... They're not exactly rockets down the straight, are they?
No.
McLaren, Williams. Actually, Williams have done really well.
Yeah, Williams have done exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Do love to see efficient aerodynamics.
Yeah.
It's the Iron Brew car, Phil Barley.
Madley's in the pits.
Madley has finally chose the pits. Absolute mad lad, Madley.
Curtin has stayed out for one more lap, I would assume.
Last lap, 56 flat.
So that would, yeah. So I think that would tell me that he's going all the way to the end on the fuel and then just topping up.
Yeah.
To minimise the time in the pit stop.
Which is usually a very good strategy here in ACC in general.
Bit of a juicy battle here, Varley. Trying to get past Perez.
Well, the M6 also an incredible car to defend in.
It's sheer width, I think, alone.
Well, it covers the entire track, so you can't drive around it.
Yeah.
However, it is incredibly difficult to see on the dashboard of that thing.
Yes. It's almost as if, I don't know, it's like they put the seat in and then they didn't realise that you wouldn't be able to see anything out of the... Oh, that's a big whopper.
That was an excellently opportunistic move from Varley right there.
Yeah, saw his opportunity, went for it. He's got even behind him now, though.
Yes, a BMW very fast down the straights, and Varley chooses to stick down the inside and say, "You're not going around the inside, mate."
I think he'll hold him off.
I'm going to force you the long way around.
The inside is definitely where you want to be. Yeah, perfectly defended there.
Yeah, so the BMW's timed that turn in very well to try and attack again. It's going to be difficult to do against that Aston Martin.
Just blocked off on the apex, though.
Yeah, timed it very well.
Curtin is in the pits.
Curtin is in the pits. This is where the famous Star Wars quote, "This is where the fun begins." Now this is racing.
Oh, and Carolia is actually having a battle with Sjöblom, which I missed. So he's got past. That will have delayed him, though.
Yes, and it's annoying they had to do that. I guess the car hadn't pitted yet.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll have to update time. Now, you'd think that Curtin would be coming off the pit limiter at this point.
Curtin is already out of the pits. He's miles ahead.
Curtin has absolutely nailed the strategy. Well done.
So he must have not changed tyres.
Yes, and
Carolia did change tyres.
Yes, and it's looking like the correct move. He is absolutely miles ahead.
He's almost a full sector ahead.
That'll be very, very disappointing for Carolia, but this is a lesson you learn once. And then never again.
Maybe he gets a puncture, who knows?
Maybe. It is a risk.
Yeah.
I have... Yes, very rare one. I've only punctured once driving this game. It happened at Donington.
This game.
Yes, fuck you, drain pipe. Never forget that.
It surprised me that you could actually do that, to be honest. Like, that hitting a drain cover would actually damage your tyre, but apparently it does.
Yes, it definitely can. Now, Plate is leading the race. But only because he hasn't pitted yet.
Yep.
He's coming up to the back of Williamson. So he'll be wanting to get into the pits before he starts closing up to them.
Yep, for sure.
Now the thing is, Carolia is on newer tyres than Madley, and he is 6 seconds behind. I wonder if he can close that up within 13 seconds. It's a very tough ask though. 13 minutes, apologies.
I think it's doable, but he's really going to have to push.
Yeah, I think it's last lap 55.8, and that's all that Madley was doing.
Gained 6 tenths just then.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
7/10, excuse me. Looks like is that lap traffic in front of him? Yeah.
Yes, and I believe Madley's been struggling in his tyres this whole race because he certainly had the pace to be in the front row. And the pace at the beginning of the race, and then he's just managed to drop off. I'm guessing his pressures aren't perfect for him.
Yeah, could be. One Corollier gets out of the way of another Corollier. Both McLarens.
Corolliers. Well, Crowley will be driving angry now, won't he?
So Plate is now pitted, and
down P2 ahead of Madley.
He's only 5 seconds behind Curtin. I don't know how he's managed that, but good on him.
That's incredible from Plate. No, Plate was 9 seconds behind Madley at one point. Now he's 11 ahead.
I thought he was a long way behind.
So Madley has opted to change his tyres, I think.
I apologise. Still Sherburne and Maddow yet to pit. They must be coming in pretty soon, I would imagine. Be tight on fuel.
Who's your contender?
8 minutes in. Well,
driver of the day.
The driver of the day. I mean, Plate. Where did Plate start? 4th or 5th?
I believe so. Can't actually remember. I just knew that he was driving a very quiet race, but just sticking to his own thing.
Yeah, he was definitely 4th or lower. That's a great drive. Up to P2. And I don't think he's going to get caught in that time. Madly 12 seconds behind.
I think experience has really helped him here. Remember, there's lots of time to be lost in a pit lane entry. It's a very difficult one to navigate with big curbs. And if you slam the pit limiter a bit too early, you can lose over a second. Just do that alone.
Yeah, marginal gains.
Yes, I'm guessing Plate has just absolutely optimized every part of his race.
Yeah, and it also looks like Corollier is catching quickly to Madley. He's only 4 seconds behind now.
Interesting, because Madley has lost a lot of time. I wonder if he's had an incident or maybe a brush into the wall in the pit lane or something to slow him down.
Could be. Although he was losing. Oh no, that's a good point. Yeah, he was ahead of Plate, wasn't he?
He was largely ahead of Plate, yeah, by about 9 seconds.
Well, no, Plate was only 1 second behind.
Oh, it was 1 second. Okay, apologies.
But now he's
Madley has
behind Nemo.
Yeah.
So yeah, he must have had something happened there.
Yeah, I think Dan Williamson also did a really good job in the Lambo today.
Yeah.
Well, the race isn't over yet.
He's right behind Gretschel as far as I can see. Another position possibly. He's gained.
Yeah,
gained a lot already.
Considering when he got into P8, the gap ahead of him was 22 seconds.
Yeah, he's closed it right down.
So amazing pace from Dan Williamson, sorry.
Around the outside. Is he going to do it?
Oh, he's squeezing him, but he risked the contact. I think they've brushed wheels, but that's okay.
Be that. Oh, he's done it.
That's excellent driving.
Big move.
Yep, another contender driver today. He hasn't made any severe mistakes.
Yeah.
Kept it together, and he's gained a lot of positions throughout this race.
Gap between 3rd and 4th, 3.8 seconds now.
Really closing down.
He's only got, what is that, 4 or 5 laps to do it?
Yeah, roughly.
He's got to catch and pass. This is where the AWS graphics come up.
Yeah, striking distance. Race lab, SimSolx, striking distance.
3.5
projected.
What's the overtake difficulty?
Oh, I'm going to give it an 8. Out of a completely arbitrary made-up number.
Isn't it percentage?
I don't actually remember. I just want the tire wear graphic to show up.
Yeah.
Because I believe Madley's tires are at 99% and they're red.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean Corollier has changed tires. I can only assume so. That new tire advantage, he's lost the ground to begin with, but now he has to claw it back. I don't think it's paid off for him.
No, it definitely hasn't.
Well, definitely hasn't, yeah, because he's lost out massively.
Yes.
But he is definitely gaining 3.1 seconds now. I think it's on now.
It's tough for Corollia, but we know I haven't raced with him yet, and he's shown some really strong pace, like some really good racecraft as well to just get in the lead and stay in the lead. And
Definitely.
yeah, it's unfortunate to learn the hard way what the best strategies are, but that's the thing, you have to learn. And next time out, I guarantee you he'll be staying out as long as he can.
Yeah. Unless it rains.
Unless it rains, of course, which is always something that can happen. Accident involving car 11. Interesting.
R11.
Well, that would be Perez of the M6.
Perez. Let's have a look at that. He's a lap down, it looks like.
Not too much to see here. Perez definitely have a difficult race.
How's Varley getting on? Yeah, that early incident seems to have cost him a bit of a trip through the gravel there.
Yeah, he had good pace, but yeah, it's just that early incident's really
Cost him
dampener in his race.
Yeah. But look at it another way. Good grid position for the next race.
Corollia is now 2.7 behind Madley. I'm guessing Madley has some kind of damage. Maybe we can switch to his car and inspect it.
I think it's just
Inspector
tyres.
Seb.
I honestly think it's just tyres because he hasn't changed tyres and Corollia has.
Yes, 56.5s, and Corollia still.
Hour and 15 minutes is a long time to go on one set.
Certainly is. Well, they are expected to go 2 hours maximum, but this is a very demanding track in the tyres, both front and rear.
Yeah. Just see him in the background there, closing in.
Come on, I fancy Corollia's chances, but it's going to be close.
Madley's really got to keep a level head.
Yeah. That's what racing's all about.
Sjöblom still hasn't pitted. He's only got 54 seconds left.
Well, Sjöblom, you're really
Cutting it fine.
cutting it fine. Yes, 100%. I really hope he doesn't get a penalty here, because he's had a great race again.
He has to pit now, so he's got time.
Yes, are you still allowed to pit after the pit window open time comes to a 0?
As long as you reach the line before it gets to 0, then you're fine.
The sector 3 line?
No, the pit
Or the
line.
pit line? Well, I think he's 30 seconds away. Oh, no, he's not.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
Oh, he has cut it fine, hasn't he?
Fine. He's only going to make it with about 10 seconds to spare.
He's made it. Well done to him. Just hope for him that isn't sped the pit lane. Very easy to do.
Yeah. Back to
Sky, interesting.
The Mercedes. Trying to hunt down Corollia in the McLaren, number 1.
Mercedes also a once very dominant car at many tracks. Has seen the bop hammer.
Yeah. Well, gets a good line through that corner. Out of the Mercedes Arena, I believe it's called.
Yes, coming into Mercedes left-hander, into Mercedes right-hander.
Okay.
And we go following through into the Mercedes hairpin as well.
Compromised his line a bit there, the McLaren. Is he going to pay for it? I don't think so, because he's not that close. But
I don't know. I think the Mercedes is very good in the brakes.
no, he doesn't. He's looking very racy.
Yes, I fancy Sky's exits. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. It certainly does.
That's what happens when you're pushing it. But he stops and letting through, you know.
Yeah.
Happens in racing. You just got to learn and move on. Can't just pretend that contact doesn't happen.
It looks like Corollia got a bit of a slow exit, and Miko Sky didn't quite anticipate.
No, Sky went quite deep himself, yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, nothing's really changed, fortunately for them. They can still battle away for the last few minutes in the race, but Corollia, is he catching?
Has changed.
That's the question.
It's the gap.
Got 2 more laps, I'd say. No, 3 more laps. 2 more laps?
I'm not sure, but we're seeing Varley now back behind Charger.
Come on, Varley representing the Iron Brew, Aston Martin.
Three minutes to go. Can he get into one more position? Charger's not gonna get up position without a fight.
Why not? Oh, send it in the rear wing. Now, talking level heads again. Charger's got to keep a level head.
Yeah. Doesn't want to make any rash moves.
No. Aston Martin actually getting a good launch.
Yeah. Is this the move?
Well, he's holding the inside, expertly so, but he's opened up the inside again.
Gonna send it, it looks like. Oh, he's not quite managed to do it, actually.
Side exhaust popping in that Aston Martin looks fantastic.
Oh, he's there on the outside. Is he? No, not quite. Lots in behind.
I think Varley's trying to play a patience game here. Kind of have to be at this track. Now Crowley is in within 8/10 as well, Eddie.
Yeah, he's really close up to him.
No, I still rate the overtaking difficulty to be quite high here.
So 1 minute 30 to go. Oh, bit
we got two really good fights coming into the last few laps.
Who do we look at? Oh, he's going with the outside.
Oh, Varley really put the pressure on the inside driver to not make a mistake. And Charger has done excellently. To just kind of
on the outside on the marbles.
Yeah.
I think that's blown his chance.
I think it has. Now Corollia was within 8/10, he's just gone down to 1.4 behind, yeah.
That could have been his chance gone as well. One more. No, this will be the last lap, I think.
Yes, but it's not over till it's over.
Really got to push now if you want to podium.
Well, Sky is only 3/10 behind Corollia now.
Gee, there's battles everywhere. Gotta be careful not to make the same mistake again. Wait for a good opportunity.
Yeah, how much can you afford to wait when it's the last lap?
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Yes, he wants to go for the first opportunity, but it's probably not the right decision.
Oh, still not close enough to make a move there.
Well, Varley does have that extra lap. Curtin's coming up to the final line.
Last corner. Final lap. And Olivier Curtin is going to win the inaugural race.
Brilliant race from Curtin.
Yeah, really good performance. Plate
as was by Plate.
Really good race as well. And Madley looks as though he's going to hold on to the final podium spot. Yeah, there we go. Bit of a flash of the lights there from Corollia.
Yes. An unconvincing drive for Madley, but he'll take it. He will take it.
It's a good performance, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Pole sitter, but couldn't quite hold on to it. As we go back to
Varley is right outside. It's just three. There's two battles going on.
Can he do it? Oh, he's
dear, Sky is absolutely nailed it into the last chicane. Well done, Sky, for picking up 8th place.
And there's another battle there. Guy comes down to take 8th. Really good job. Back to Varley. Oh, as of coming together.
Oh, dearie dear. And Varley. Let's just pretend it's live, Eddie.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear me. That's an unfortunate one.
Pretty unfortunate there.
It's been a tough race. Yeah, but he's doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah, waiting for him. Good to see.
Mad Al, great drive, coming in 7th.
Yeah, he flew under the radar a bit there.
Yeah.
And Varley, yeah, slowing down, gives him the place.
yeah, good sportsmanship right there. Varley knows it's not his day today. I'm sure he'll come back stronger the next round.
Yeah, P10 for Charger, P11 for Varley. And there you go. Well, that was a good race, I think.
That was a very good race. Very good race. Lots of really good battles. Lots of really clean battles.
Yeah.
Yeah, just good all round. Interesting strategy, especially. So, what's the next round?
For an interview.
I would quite like Emo, and our winner Curtin as well.
Okay.
If possible.
Can you type that somewhere?
I cannot. Apologies. I am not for the game.
Well, how do I do this then? I'll just put it in. Okay. Just talk for a bit.
Okay, well that was an absolutely astounding race. At the Nürburgring, famous for the now defunct roller coaster.
Yeah.
That got opened in 2009 and closed in 2014. Yes. Yep. Well, I'm going to close off like we opened it. Well, the Nürburgring GT track, definitely the third best Nürburgring track after the Nordschleife. Oh, sorry, fourth best, because after the Nordschleife comes the 24-hour layout, and then the 1967 layout, and then the GT track.
Okay, we are joined by Miko Sky. Is that correct?
It is, yeah. Hi, everyone.
Oh, Sky was a good race for you. Quite clean race overall.
It wasn't bad, was it? Apart from at the end, when I started to make a few minor mistakes. But...
It happens to the best of us.
We saw your last lap battle there.
I wasn't sure whether it was him or me, but I will definitely send him an apology going, I'm sorry, I think I tucked my nose in a bit tight on that hairpin. But
yeah, we caught it.
I waited for him.
Yeah. No,
it was unfortunate.
Yeah. The final one, that chicane, that was an exciting one to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't much fun from inside. I just thought, no, I'm going to hit my usual braking point and just hope he sails past. If he doesn't, I'll not got him. And he did. Yeah.
Luckily for you.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't bad, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, worked out. So how was driving the Merc?
Do you know what? That is not a pleasant car. I don't know if it's my setup, but when you are across the curbs, coming off the curb, it just snap oversteers. So I had to the entire race stay off the curbs. It just made it very unpleasant to drive, do you know? Yeah,
I agree. I've driven it a bit, and you do just get occasionally, you're driving normally, and then it will just snap on you out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it's before I was coming into the pits, it was my sort of in lap, and then just coming around the the right complex before you go down the back straight, it snapped there. I managed to keep it out of the barrier, but it just, same line I've taken, and then just caught the curb a little bit more than I wanted, and around it went. Yeah.
It's a tough car. The issue that I've had with the Mercedes every time I try to drive it is that you have the front flap adjustments. So you can adjust the spoiler, but it seems to act very differently on how much rake and how much wing you have, and there's just a lot of adjustability to really give you a way to dial in the car to how you like it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if you found that.
Yeah, I mean, someone who's better with setup might be able to dial it in, but I find I either make it too understeery or too pitchy. I can't find that balance in between. It's not a comfortable car for me to drive. But yeah, you take the challenges in these leagues, don't you?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you've got the time to learn the car as the season progresses, and I think you'll do quite well.
Thank you for that.
How are you feeling about the next round with the reverse grid setup?
I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference for me. I tend to be mid-pack, so I'll just watch out for the much faster guys coming through and try not to get in their way. But give them enough of a race, and then it will settle out. Yeah, but I usually find that the next tier up is good 1 or 2 seconds a lap quicker, which means they can overtake me pretty easily.
I believe, is it Brands Hatch the next race? I should know.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But that's a good one to defend on. So who knows? Maybe you'll be able to keep them behind.
Yeah. Well, if I get top 10, I'll be delighted. That's my usual level of aiming at the moment.
Thank you very much, Sky. It was a very good race. and good luck for the next round.
Thank you very much. I look forward to watching the replay with you guys commentating as well. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you next round at Brands.
Definitely. See you next round, guys.
And we are joined by Emo Plate.
Hi guys.
How was that race for you, Emo?
Yeah, it was a long race because I wasn't sure what the others were doing regarding the strategy. But I was thinking everybody was doing just a short pit stop for 1 liter of fuel, or maybe not even 1 liter of fuel, and no new tires. So it was a long race, but yeah, I just didn't have the speed to catch Kirtan there.
Yes, well, we had you down as probably our primary choice for driver of the day. Yeah, it was an excellent race in Innocent, and checking the results, you also had the highest consistency, and I definitely noticed that when you were driving around. You kept on putting in like those low 56s, like no matter what the tire wear, which is really impressive considering it's such a long race.
Yeah, well, I was trying to do the 55s, but I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, you seem to have really gained from Usama Karulia, who had the best pace and was leading the race comfortably. He decided to go for a new set of tires, and that really cost him. So yeah. I'm guessing the strategy going forward is probably not to change the tires.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I wasn't sure about Kirtan and Medley what their strategy was, but yeah, they had good speed as well. So yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, Kirtan followed very much the same strategy.
We're joined by our race winner, Olivier Kirtan.
Brilliant drive, may I say, Olivier. How was that for you? It was excellent.
I can't hear it.
Yes.
Are you muted or push to talk? Something like that, maybe?
Well, I'm going to go back to Emo for the meantime. Emo, how was the tire wear for you?
Well, I just checked, but the tires were pretty okay. The rears were a bit more worn, but it was still okay. I used a lot of traction control to save them a bit, but yeah, it was still good until the end.
Yeah, it's definitely a good strategy. You had, like I said, the best consistency, so that's really worked out for you. I didn't have the Nissan down as a car that would be great on its tires, but what was the fuel consumption like as well? Was it, were you fueled a bit long or short?
It has a big fuel tank, so 132 liters, so I didn't have to add fuel at all. That's
quite impressive. So did you add 1 liter in the pit stop?
No, 0. Just stop and go.
So stop and go penalty to cover the mandatory pit. That's that's pretty amazing.
Curtin back now.
Yep.
Oh, that's good to hear. We're joined by the race winner, Olivia Curtin.
Yes.
Yes. So excellent race. You managed to beat out Karulia by just choosing the better strategy, and by driving incredibly consistently. So I think you did start P3 in the grid, didn't you?
Yeah.
But you kept it. You were quite quietly behind in third, and you managed to get madly on a mistake, and then you just had the pace to hold behind Karulia. But we thought that you might have been struggling with the dirty air because you were within a second of him for so long, but you would close it up and the gap would elongate again. So what was that like for you?
Yeah, I was waiting basically. So when I saw Justin doing a mistake, I just went for the gap, and I could pass him. But otherwise, the plan was always to try to stay out of trouble because I didn't want to change tires, and I wanted to go to play the long game, let's say. And yeah, I was, as everyone, I was not sure what the others were going to do, and I was happy when I saw Usama get in the pits around half distance. So I guess he was changing the tires. And from then on, I just try to stay focused and not do a silly mistake because I do it quite often. So yeah, really happy with that.
That's brilliant. May I ask what nationality you are, Curtin?
I'm sorry?
Which country are you from?
Belgium.
Belgium. Oh.
French-speaking part of Belgium.
French-speaking part. Well, I'm going to tie the French connection in there because I'm going to say you reminded me very much like Ellen Prost there, just driving intelligently, just not going absolutely mental, waiting for the right moment to spring your move, and it was just a brilliantly driven race with a good strategy. What was the tire wear like for you in the Porsche over the course of the stint?
That was a bit of a question mark because I didn't have time to do race simulation beforehand, but I just checked in the pits and they were like new. No, I was still above 2 millimeter wear, both front and rear, so they were actually not that bad. And
yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it's a really strong pace all race, and we thought that more drivers would opt to change tires, maybe go for more aggressive split strategy, but proved to be not the correct decision today.
Yeah, we'll see if it works the same next race. I mean, it's also a bit track dependent, so here it worked well. We'll see in the future.
Yes, Brands Hatch will be a difficult one because all the cars will be bunched together very quickly, and there'll be a lot of overtaking blue flags. And I'm guessing the strategy will be key there as well, just making sure you've got a clean track to go into. But I did notice today you were quite well timed with your pit stops when you didn't come up behind any lapped cars or anything. You chose just a really late pit stop, got out ahead and stayed ahead.
Yeah. I have a nice little app that shows me where I'm supposed to get out of the pits if everything goes well. And so I would check beforehand that I had a big gap in front and a big gap at the back. So yeah.
Well, definitely the Alan Prost of RWB this race, because he's even got the app to tell him where he's going to come out, and I'm going to be asking him for that because that'd be very useful.
I was about to say, yeah, I need that.
Okay, I can share it on the Discord, no problem.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Curtin. That was an absolutely brilliantly driven race overall.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the next round.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you. Well, do you want to close this off, Eddie, or do you want to keep going? Keep talking about the poster, or
I think we'll end it there. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. This was the first round of the GT2022 Euro League, something like that.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Next race will be Brands Hatch. So tune in for that next week with reverse grid as well. So that will be very interesting.
Now, I wonder, just before we close off completely, if we have our 1,000th subscriber yet. If not, now is your chance. Just saying.
Just going to check that.
Still at 999, I believe.
Oh,
we've hit the 1,000. What a way to close it off.
good milestone.
Well, thank you very much, guys. Good evening.